Good morning, everyone. It is Rolly, and I have a few things that I want to be able to talk about. And so I have a few updates, and so I wanted to share a few things. But I also wanted to be able to just simply connect. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay, let me know that you're catching the replay. And so I have been a little bit crazy busy trying to get the stock into the system. And so, as many of you are aware, I am selling items through Rolly Lair Holistic Life and Wellness Coach. And so these are some of the things that are, so those are some of the changes, those are some of the updates. But I also wanted to talk about, I'm going to be talking about As Above, So Below. I'm going to be talking about the Women's Conference coming up in March. I'm going to be talking about Anxiety Stop en français. And I wanted to be able to talk about the in-person classes and the getting to know me posts and updates to the website and Bell Let's Talk. So there's quite a few things that I want to be able to talk about. So you can always come back and catch the replay if you can't stay for the duration of the conversation. But there's quite a few things. So I just wanted to jump on because I still have more stock to keep entering. So time is not always on my side right now because any of my free time has been getting stock in, because when people are coming in to purchase, I want to be able to have everything in the system and ready to go. But at the same time, I'm also trying to make sure that everything gets uploaded into the website area. So lots of little fine detail things that are being done. So lots of things going on, lots of things happening. But I just wanted to jump in and say hey. And so some of you may have seen my post this morning, which I always think is really interesting. So I love how things just kind of come together, and that were completely and totally unplanned, and certainly not part of my my idea as to what it is that I was going to be doing. So this morning we had Chatting with Wisdom. And so Chatting with Wisdom, for anybody who hasn't been following and doesn't know what it is that I'm talking about, I'm getting my hair cut today, so like my hair is driving me crazy. Not that I don't play with my hair normally, but you know. So today's a haircut day, and so our hair trimming, because I'm not getting it cut. Anyway, completely off the wall conversation. But anyway, so I just wanted to talk about my post. So today is Bell Let's Talk Day. And so 7 years ago, I started doing gratitude on a daily basis when I was really struggling. And so I was really having a hard time. And so it came up in my memories today. And ironically, it was also Bell Let's Talk Day, or it is Bell Let's Talk Day. So it's actually really interesting how it all just kind of folded into that part of things. And today on Chatting with Wisdom, we were actually talking about invisible illnesses. And so whether that's physical illnesses that people can't see, or emotional illnesses, mental illnesses that people can't see either. And so it was just great that all of it kind of came together. So I've been very open about the fact that I struggle with anxiety and depression, and have for many years. Anxiety has been part of my life from the time that I have been really little, for as long as I can remember. And so it's kind of like, what came first, chicken or the egg? So whether it was the anxiety that came first, or the different traumatic events in my life that have actually perpetuated that, who knows, right? So I don't know where it came from, and it doesn't really matter. It's still something that I struggle with from time to time. So for the most part, I can manage my anxiety really well, and I've managed my anxiety over the years really well. Same as depression. So for the most part, I've been able to manage these things well. And so with and without medication. And so currently I am without medication. And so, but when I need it, then I definitely reach out for it. So it's definitely something that has been useful at times in my life. And so, but one of the things that I wanted to remind people, because it is Bell Let's Talk Day, is remind people that you're not alone. We have a number of people around the world that across Canada, around the world, that actually share about their mental health issues. And it really is something that is more prevalent than most people believe and most people think. And I've shared this before, is that over the last couple of years with COVID, is that we've seen so much more of that over the last couple of years, and right down to our children, and children who were already experiencing anxiety, to kids that have never experienced anxiety and are now experiencing anxiety. So like, this is just, it's definitely something that is going on in our lives right now, and it is more prevalent than anything. And so, but I just wanted to remind you is that you're not alone. So if you're struggling with mental health, there are resources that are available. There is help available. There are a number of different businesses that have assistance around being able to help you be able to manage and being able to deal with them, and a lot of different groups that are available. So there's lots of different things and ways that you can actually manage that anxiety. So I just wanted to, or not necessarily just anxiety, mental health in general. And so, but because, as most of you know, I focus a lot on anxiety. And so, so that's usually where my go-to in terms of referencing goes to. So, but that's kind of where things are. So I just wanted to be able to chat about that. The other thing that is super exciting is about my website. So there have been a few changes made to my website over the last couple of years that have not necessarily been the easiest, or so like a few changes have happened. And so it's not always been the ones that it's not always gone as planned or as the way that I would have hoped it to be able to go. And so I'm going to share my screen, because lots of I think it looks pretty cool. And so I'm going to go to this one. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen so you guys can actually see what it is that I see. So obviously you guys don't see, when you guys go to my website, you guys don't see these things. That is part of the development of WordPress. So those are the different things that I have. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing more frequently are musings, which is the blogs. And so I'm going to be doing a lot more of those. So Robin has added those into the whole system. So we have a few things that are a little bit different on here. So one of the feedbacks that we got was like, hey, I can't find the right link to be able to book my call with you, or those kinds of things. So I actually have created booking links. That still needs to be updated some more, but I'm just going to click on it. So it's updated some more, will need to be updated some more. So it'll have more information and things like this, but it has the links for you to be able to actually go ahead and link in. So pretty exciting. So, but we are going to work on that a little bit more. And when you click on just the programs and services and not one of the sublinks, is that Robin has put together where to be able to get the different resources. So these are free resources that you can sign up for if you don't already have them. And so these are the programs that we have going on. So these ones here are memberships. And then we have classes. So classes typically mean weekly sessions. So these doesn't necessarily mean that different programs don't have weekly sessions, but these are specific to classes. So it is not linked with anything else. So you have the accountability challenge, which is now closed. No one else can join for right now. It will be changed for the next session. And then we have the Radiate Happiness. That is a weekly class. And right now, everything is, and actually what says under here where it is, whether it's in person or virtual. And so right now, while it is still under the lockdown or the transitions of lockdowns, is that these classes are going to stay virtual until February. So for the entire month of February. So I'm going to reevaluate in February when they make the next announcement. But at this point, March 1st is when we're going to be going back to in person at this point. So hopefully that's going to happen. And then these ones here are, so this one here is virtual only. And I have them listed in the days. So like summertime little star program obviously won't be showing up. The Mindful Hearts won't be showing up. So this one here is January 25th, which means that the new sessions are starting. So I'm going to go and update this and change it up so that people can register for the next session. And then we've got Rayonner de Bonheur. So right now that is every other week until March. And then after that, it will be weekly. And then, which is the same as Radiate Happiness en anglais. Yoga Nidra in French and in English. So we've got both French and English. And then Mindful Hearts is, so that one there is going to be expiring February 16th, or starting up February 16th for the next sessions. Same as Worry Warriors. So both, so Little Star is only 4 weeks. It's only a 4-week program. And then Mindful Hearts and Worry Warrior are 6-week programs. And Angel Messages is, again, going to be virtual. Chakra Balancing should have been last week or last Sunday. However, we had a death in our family. And so I postponed it in case there was something that I needed to do family-wise. And so it's actually rescheduled for this week. And so we're going to be doing that. And then we have courses. And so As Above, So Below are the courses that are going on. So it depends on when they are. So As Above, So Below is, and I'll talk more about that one in a minute. And but Sister Soul Medicine is closed. Anxiety Stop, you can sign up for those ones anytime. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about Anxiety Stop en français. Understanding Our Journey, you can sign up for any one of these at any point. So Soul Whispers, Inner Works. So those ones there are ongoing courses. And then these ones here are going to be updated over the next little bit. Thrive 2022 is, we've already started. So this one here is now going to be closed until next year. And so, but yeah, that one there is also available. And then some other workshops and conferences. So our new workshop, our conference is going to be here as well. So that's going to be showing up there. So this is what Robin has put together for us on the programs and offerings, because that was one of the things that we were hearing a lot is like, how are we being able to connect? So people are not able to find the things that they need to find. So that was one of the things that we were doing, was setting it up so that it was making things a little easier. And then, so then of course you've got like this drop down, we'll actually show some more things. And then this one here is the Wellness Center page. And so for this one here is, and so some of the design is going to change up a little bit. So Robin has been working on the design on the different pages. And so here is an easier way of being able to sign up for just the ones that are offered at the Wellness Center. So again, currently they are all virtual. So nothing is in person except for the kids programs. And then of course, the membership login. So Robin's working on those. And again, the musings is the blog posts. But yeah, so these are the exciting changes. And so then Robin is going to continue to keep this part updated as well, so that you have access to being able to. So right now we have the speakers wanted. And so these are the speaker sponsors. So anybody who's wanting to sponsor, if you are if you want to be able to have a, I can't even think of what it's called, an exhibitor's table, we have that available as well. So it's all done virtually again this year. And then my gift and a little bit more about who I am. So the video shares more about who I am, what it is that I'm doing. And then these are the current offerings. And so Thrive is going to be removed, As Above, So Below, the membership in working classes or things like that, different School of Wellness membership. So these ones here, but this one and this one are going to be removed sometime today when Robin gets a chance, because those ones are already closed. And yeah, so there's my website. So that's my update on the website. So but yeah, so super excited about that change as well. So so hopefully that makes things a little easier, and always looking for feedback. So if you're looking at it and you're still having trouble trying to find something, or something's not super clear, then please let me know, because I would love to be able to give you some more, or I'd love to be able to make sure that Robin and I can do the things that we need to be doing that way. And so my hair is just going to drive me nuts until I go. So I'm going to my super fold junk drawer. I'm going to put my hair up in an elastic because it's driving me crazy. Okay. So that takes care of the websites. One of the other things that I have in here is the Get to Know Me posts. And so I started with Get to Know Me posts yesterday. And so there's should be another one today. I'm not sure if it's yet been posted, but there'll be another one today. And so in a community that I'm in, I post a question because I'm in this this virtual market. And so I've been sharing a lot about who I am, what it is that I'm doing, so on and so forth. But I put the question out specifically about what else do you want to know about me? And so so there's been a series of questions that have been asked in that post. And so I'm actually taking the posts, taking the questions and creating posts, because if one person has that question, then somebody else may have that question as well. So I've got those Get to Know Me posts. And so if there is something that you want to know, then put the question out there. And so as I go along, my plan is to do them daily until I run out of questions. And just a fun way of being able to share a little bit more about who I am. And I shared about the in-person classes already. So they're going to be virtual until March 1st, until we get to reevaluate at that point. So from now until March 1st, it just makes things easier for me planning-wise than going in and out of them. So although we are allowed to start opening up, I can't remember what day it is, that we were starting to allow, that we're allowed to start doing some of the groups. I just decided that just to keep things simple, in case things change again, that I was just going to go until March 1st. So starting March 1st, we'll be in person again. The store will be added to the website. So that's going to be coming very soon. I'm looking at the end of the month. I just have to hear back from the tech person that is supposed to be looking after that. Hasn't confirmed that they will have it done by the end of January. So I just have to confirm that. But things are coming along pretty good. Products are going inside with the details and the images and things like that. So I'm working on getting those done. So all of my free time has been sitting counting stones or counting inventory or getting inventory posted into the system. So I've been doing a lot of that. And then the other thing that I wanted to chat about was Anxiety Stop. So Anxiety Stop is a 6-week program that I provided resources for in French. But I offered the workshop in English. So the videos, the replays are all done in English. So you can sign up at any time to be able to do that. And then twice a year, I had it set up so that it was going to be in person, or not in person, in English, or live. There's the word that I'm trying. So it is in person, but virtual in person. So a live twice a year. And so twice a year, we actually get to jump on a Zoom call where we actually get to talk about what it is that's coming up, and being able to do that just kind of that feedback, because it's all self-learn for the 6 weeks. And but it allows us to be able to have that connection. And so we have a Telegram group as well where we get to continue to have those conversations. But because I wanted to be able to help with people who are French, is that I'm now offering it in French. So it's going to be a live en français starting up. I don't have a date to start up yet, but it should be mid-February that I'll be starting that up for 6 weeks and doing the live calls in French. And then after that, it will be 1 week or like 6 weeks period of the year where I'm going to be doing live Zoom calls in French and one in English. So I'm going to be doing them at 2 different times of the year in French, where people can come on and have conversation about, okay, like, so this is where I'm struggling, this is what's going on. And then we actually take the steps and work through the steps together. And so that just helps to kind of like solidify the skills that you're actually learning. So this particular program is based on CBT, so cognitive behavior therapy. So it is a CBT type program. So you're actually going through each one of those steps and working through, and it's incredible. The results that people have had have been incredible. And but yeah, I'm going to be doing it en français. So like I said, probably the start date will probably be mid-January or mid-February that I'm going to be doing that. So again, the next thing that I wanted to chat about was the women's conference. And so the women's conference has different options in terms of the speaker sponsor events. And so I'm going to share my screen again, maybe. If I can find it. I should have I didn't plan on sharing my screen. So, which means that it's not at my fingertips, but that's okay because I can find it. Maybe if I key in the right address. Okay, so speaker sponsor, share my screen again. Share screen. So speaker sponsor is our theme. Our theme is I Dream. And so it's all about dreaming and being able to share that dream and how we actually got from one point to the other point. And maybe the full dream has not yet been realized, and that's okay too. And so some of these dreams come from trauma. Some of them are simply the way that of being able to like start up a business, or maybe it's about having children, or whatever it is that looks like. And so the speaker sponsor details have a number of different things. So if you have any questions, you can email Robin, and Robin will definitely be able to have a chat with you. And so people have asked about registrations as a guest, and those are not yet open. So right now we're only focusing on being able to get our speakers and our sponsors, and that is the focus. The dates are going to be from March 4th, 5th, and 6th. And so the timing is going to be the same as last time. So, or the last few years, from 6 to 10, 9 to 10, and then 10 to 6. And so, and it's all done virtually. It's on a different platform. So it's on the World Event Center platform. And so we have 9 spots available, 9 spots available total for the live speakers. So we're going to have 9 speakers that are going to be speaking during that time. We have a pre-recorded option, so which was actually quite popular last year, is that so people can actually go and listen to your chat recorded. And so we also have the opportunity for table sponsors. And so there's 8 seats to a table. And so, which means that you get 8 tickets for clients, family, or friends. So like you guys can pull together to be able to get that going. So if you have a business that wants to be able to do that. We also have the vendor spot, which is a $100 investment. And so you actually have the spot for the 3 days. And then we also have just a iDream box sponsor. So this one here is new. And so these are the different opportunities. And so the people who attend as a vendor, as an exhibitor, actually have the opportunity to be there for the entire weekend as well and participate that way. So lots of really cool ways of being able to sponsor this event. and be part of the part of things. So this is our 5th annual. So really exciting that we are now into our 5th annual. And so I'm going to come on and share a little bit more about that over the next little while. Because as you know, once I get into the women's conference mode, that becomes the focus of my existence. And so that's going to be one of the things I'm going to be talking a little bit more about. And the last and final thing that I want to be able to talk about is as above, so below. So as above, so below is an energetic reset program. And so it's set for 16 weeks. And so there's a few different resources that we use during this program. And so, where'd my book go? I'm missing my book. My book is gone. So anyway, it is I will find it. It's not on my bookshelf. It's not in my spot. And so it is the Kyle Gray. Is it over there? There it is. There it is. Okay, so for everybody who signs up has access or will receive a Raise Your Vibration book. And so I will ship it out to you as soon as we get it. And so we don't actually go through the book specifically, but it is part of the process of being able to shift that energy and connecting to the things that we want to be able to get done. And so he has, and it's pretty incredible. So Kyle Gray has these features, and like I said, we don't go through each one of them individually. You do, but we don't. And so it has like vibe 1, and so you ain't doing this solo. And so then on vibe 21, where there's a will, there's a way, and so on and so forth. And he goes all the way through to 111 vibrations. And so the last one is, I am a light worker. I have accepted my calling. And so he shares how to be able to raise your vibration every single day with a mantra, with information. And so this is one of the resources that you get for free for signing up. And so the other resources that we use a little bit, well, I use them all the time, but that you may want to be able to get is Monology Diary, because we go through some of the moon cycles. So you may be interested in being able to do this, as well as Moonology. So like these are the other two. So you can order them through me unless you have them already on your own, but Raise Your Vibration, you will have it sent to you. And As Above, So Below is an annual program, or is an annual course, so that every year we come back and we have, we reset again. So we reset together as a group. So I'm really excited because this is our 2nd year. So I'm really excited to be able to connect with some of the ladies who've already participated. We have some new people that have already registered. So super excited about that as well. And so in the description of this video is that I shared the link for being able to connect with me through Telegram. And so Telegram, instead of Facebook groups, is one of the ways that I'm going to be doing this. And that's going to be with all of my groups. So it's going to be through Telegram. And so I gave some direction as to how to be able to find them. And so for those of you who are already on Telegram, I know that some of the feedback has been like, oh my gosh, there's lots of notifications when people are commenting. And so in the Telegram app, there are 3 little dots that will give you the opportunity to be able to shut things off. So I'm going to see if to turn down the notifications and stuff so that you're not getting them all the time. I want to if I open up this one, I'm just trying to be mindful of privacy, but this isn't going to let me share the screen. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I can't seem to like get rid of Oh, there. Yes, I can. So this is a public group, so which is why I'm going to share from here. Maybe if I can go back to that screen. So share screen, because I think that it might be useful for people as well. So I've been using the program so that, there we go. Okay, so I've been using this program for chatting, communication, all that kind of stuff. So in here, this is is our group where people are actually going in and sharing information. And so in here, you have the option of being able to mute notifications. And so you can mute them. Mine are set to mute forever. So like they still pop up. I still see them and I still see the notifications, but they're not binging all the time. So I don't have them so that it's actually going on. And they're actually talking about the little bonums and stuff that you can actually get in this conversation. And so the other thing that's on here is my channel. And so on the channel, so if you follow the channel, then you get the different information. So you also get that in the group as well. But if I make an announcement into, so like these are some of the other groups that are here. And so I'm not going to open them up because I want to maintain people's privacy. But inside these groups is where we're having we're having our private conversations. So our Sister Soul Medicine group, and so that is one of our courses that's not open until the fall. And then we have the Anxiety Stop. We have Anxiety Stop en français. So there's going to have the two of them. We have our Angel Messages group. And so we have all this opportunity. But in order for you to be able to join inside one of these groups, you have to be a member of the group. And so then, and they're private, so you can't search for them. I will be able to, I don't even know if you guys were able to see what I was showing you. Because now I've changed screens. So let's go back and see. I can't. If I do that, can you still see? Yes, you can. Okay, so you guys were able to see it until I closed it off. Okay, so I'll stop sharing. But yeah, so those are ways so you can actually go ahead and mute the conversations so that you're not getting them binging all the time, and so that you can still do that. And so I've been loving chatting on Telegram as opposed to Messenger. And I have not been stuck on Messenger a lot and not getting drowned into Facebook. So I do still obviously go on Facebook because I still connect with people that way. But I have certain times of the day and it fluctuates depending on what my schedule looks like. And so at certain times of the day is when I go back onto Facebook. And so I don't necessarily go onto Messenger, because what would happen is I would go to Messenger to respond to somebody, and then I would get lost in Facebook. And so I'm trying to minimize that a little bit. Whereas when I go into Telegram, I can go back and respond and then continue to do whatever it is that I'm doing, as opposed to getting lost in the social media realm, because it's not always the most productive use of my time. So other than going in and having conversations specifically about answering people questions on my page, that kind of thing. But otherwise, I have been staying away from that. So connecting with me through Telegram is the most efficient way. Maybe not at first for you, but one of the things, the feedback that I've got from people is that it's been great because we've been able to have conversations without getting wrapped up into the social media realm. Because I have a lot of people who would prefer not to be on social media. So going into Facebook groups was always a challenge. And so this allows them to be able to be part of the conversation without having to be lost in the social media realm. And so anyway, those are the things that I wanted to be able to share. And so I will stop back in and share a little bit more. Hey, how's it going? And so I'm going to share a little bit more over the coming days. And like I said, all of my free time has been inputting stuff. So I'm pretty excited that I'm getting to the tail end of things. Still lots to do, but getting to the tail end. So that's what I'm going to be going to work on shortly until my haircut. And then I have some things that I have to get done this afternoon. So I'm great. So I will chat with all of you guys later, and just hashtag replay for those of you who are catching the replay, and talk to you soon. Bye for now.